JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, mentally ill man killed during alleged altercation with cops. A man who is said to be of unsound mind was allegedly fatally shot by a policeman at a bar in Betheltown, Westmoreland on Monday afternoon after he reportedly attacked and stabbed the cop's colleague. The deceased has been identified as Dwayne Clark of a Betheltown address. It is reported that about 5:45 p.m., Clark and another man got involved in a dispute inside a bar when the police were called to quell the matter. On reaching the location, one of the cops was in the process of reprimanding Clark when Clark allegedly attacked him with a stool. The policeman fell to the ground, and Clark reportedly took out a knife which he used to stab the policeman in his face and chest before he was fatally shot by the policeman's colleague. Director of Complaints at the Independent Commission of Investigations, Errol Chateau, said the commission is aware of the incident and is probing. 4 shot, 1 fatally, while playing dominoes in Ochere's community. A man was gunned down while playing dominoes in the usually quiet community of Eltham in Ocheres, St. Anne on Sunday. The man, known only by his alias Lager, was among 4 people shot during the late evening incident. Reports are that shortly after 7:30 p.m., gunmen driving a black Toyota Axia motor car pulled up to a corner shop in the community, opening fire on the group of men playing dominoes at the front of the establishment. The car with the gunmen sped off in the direction of the exchange community. According to residents in the community, they heard well over a dozen gunshots and were alarmed that such an incident took place in the usually peaceful neighborhood. Eltham is a really quiet community. We usually don't have incidents like these, and it is very puzzling because Lago was just an ordinary man who did menial jobs. He was primarily a grave digger, a resident of the community said. He was in his mid-60s, probably early 70s. It just seems odd. What could be the motive, if any, added the resident. The other 3 men have been hospitalized. Acting Deputy Commissioner of Corrections missing. The police and the Department of Correctional Services, DCS, are reporting that Reverend Orville Moore, Acting Deputy Commissioner of the DCS, is missing. Moore is responsible for rehabilitation and probation aftercare services at the DCS. It is reported that Moore was last seen leaving a relative's home off Malines Road in St. Andrew on Monday morning. He was reportedly driving a silver Fortuner, license plate 1626JN. All efforts to locate Moore since Monday have failed. The police and DCS have posted a photograph of Moore on their social media platforms. Persons who have seen Moore are being asked to contact the police at 119 or DCS at 922-0021. Licensed firearm, hammers, and a machete among weapons used in deadly Manchester domestic dispute, say police. Detectives assigned to the Manchester Police on Tuesday morning returned to the scene of an alleged domestic dispute in Somerset, which had left a constable dead and his wife nursing wounds. A senior police source said that detectives found documents or a licensed pistol, which was reportedly used to shoot their colleague, Constable Damien Blair. The policeman said was also bashed in, reports said. Blair's wife remains in hospital with a wound to the hand, which investigators theorize was self-inflicted. It is alleged that sometime after 6 p.m. on Monday, the couple was involved in a domestic dispute at home on Desmond Mackenzie Close, formerly Grover Walk Road, when residents heard loud explosions. Blair was subsequently found lying on his back, clad only in his underpants, at the gateway to the couple's house on a dirt road with gunshot wounds and a head injury. Police responded and found Blair's wife with a wound to her hand. She was taken to hospital and admitted. The police was confirmed that investigators found the licensed pistol and evidence of items used during the dispute, including 2 hammers and a machete at the couple's house. On Monday night, scores of residents crowded the dirt road near the scene. Residents and relatives of Blair claimed that the couple was embroiled in dispute for several years during their 13-year relationship, of which they were married for about 8 years. They keep on fighting, but I never expected this, Blair's relatives said. They were getting counseling because they were getting a divorce. Then she fell ill and admitted in the hospital, and he took care of her. And him say, here what? Me not about a divorce because she just wants somebody to take care of her, added the relative. Relatives say Blair had been a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force for over 2 decades. Musician among 3 held as cops seized guns and ammo during multiple raids. The police are reporting success after targeted raids in 3 parishes resulted in 3 guns and over 30 rounds of ammunition being seized and 2 people taken into custody. The operations took place in St. Catherine, Clarendon and Westmoreland on Tuesday. Reports from the Portmore Police are that about 5 a.m., a raid was carried out at a house on Wallen Avenue in Brayton, St. Catherine, and one 9mm Taurus pistol with 10 cartridges was found. Barrington Davis, otherwise called Jacent, a 34-year-old musician, was subsequently arrested and charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. The Clarendon police also recovered 1.380 revolver containing 6 cartridges. The weapon was found wrapped in a white merino in a black bag on an open lot on Windsor Avenue in Maypen. No arrest was made in relation to the seizure. A 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 16 cartridges and another magazine with 5 cartridges were found inside a house in Blackheath Road, George's Plain in Westmoreland by the Frome Police. 1 man was taken into custody, pending further investigations. In the meantime, the police are making an appeal to citizens to report guns, gunmen and gangs by calling the nearest police station or Crime Stop at 311. Man who was on the run for Linstead murder arrested. A man was on the run for almost 3 years in relation to a fatal stabbing in Linstead, St. Catherine, has been apprehended by the police. The police was arrested during an operation on the outskirts of the rural township on Sunday. He is to face questioning in the presence of his attorney. The police was being sought in connection with the stabbing death of Dwight Thompson of Linstead, St. Catherine, on November 11, 2020. It is reported that the men were on 4th Street in Linstead when a dispute developed between them. The suspect allegedly used a knife to stab Thompson, who later died from his injuries. Law firm wants disclosure detailing Panton's movement of assets. Usain Bolt's company, that's allegedly been fleeced of almost $2 billion in an alleged fraud at Stocks and Securities Limited SSL, is seeking a court order for accused Jean Panton to disclose whether she has been moving assets at 2 of Jamaica's banks. The application by Welgen, Bolt's holding company, will be heard tomorrow by Supreme Court Justice Crescenia Brown Beckford in chambers at 10:30 a.m. Bolt's attorneys, Frater Ennis and Gordon, are seeking the order for Panton to reveal any transactions involving the financial institutions to bolster a freezing order they obtained against Panton's assets in February. That order provides for Panton's assets up to the amount of $6 million plus US dollars to be frozen. A production order would also be made for Panton to provide a statement of all her assets, real estate holdings, shares and stocks, among others. Bolt opened an account in the name of his holding company Welgen at the private investment and brokerage firm in 2012. The account value plummeted from 2 billion Jamaican dollars or 12.7 million US dollars in October 2022 to 1.8 million Jamaican dollars or 12,000 US dollars in January when he checked, following an alert from Panton, his legal team has said. Welgen's case is being heard together with a suit that investor Jean Ford, 80 years old, filed against SSL and 10 other defendants, including Panton and SSL's founder Hugh Croskery. Ford is alleging that she was defrauded of $830,000 US dollars. 16-year-old girl charged over alleged theft of $2,200 US dollars. A 16-year-old Kingston girl accused of breaking into a house and stealing thousands of United States dollars has been charged. The teen was charged on Monday with housebreaking and larceny following an incident on West Street in Kingston. The Denham Town Police said the incident happened between Wednesday, April 5 and Saturday, May 27. The police report that a woman returned to her home on West Street on May 27 and discovered that the lock to her room door was tampered with and that $2,200 US dollars was missing. She confronted the student about the money and she admitted to stealing and spending it, according to the police. A report was made to the police and the teen girl was apprehended and subsequently charged on Monday, May 29. A court date is being finalized. Murder trial of Munga Honorable postponed until 2025. Dancehall artist Damian Munga Honorable Roden will have to wait until February 17, 2025 to have his day in court on a murder charge after his trial was postponed. This after a declaration in the Home Circuit Court on Monday that his lawyer, Christopher Townsend, could not proceed as he was experiencing personal challenges. I have a party matter set for next week, and I also have personal reasons why I could not have planned the matter this week, Townsend explained. Consequently, a new trial date was scheduled, along with a trial readiness hearing for November 4, 2024. Roden and his co-accused, Sheridan Gordon, are charged in connection with the 2017 murder of Cleveland Smith, who is the cousin of dancehall veteran Mr. Vegas. Munga is a little disappointed. He wanted to have his day in court, but he understands the nature of these matters. Court is very uncertain, Townsend said. Both defendants' bail was extended by Justice Leighton Pusey. Smith was shot dead along Mullines Road, Kingston 20. According to the police report, it is alleged that Smith was accused by a group of men, one of whom was reportedly armed with a gun, at a dance in the Akiwa community of St. Andrew. An altercation ensued between them, during which Smith was shot. He was then rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Last year, Munga was granted a variation of his bail conditions in order to permit his travel to Africa for several performances. 6 listed as persons of interest in Kingston Western Division. The Kingston West Police have listed 6 men as persons of interest in relation to recent murders and shootings in the division. They are Demario Bailey, otherwise called Ray Ray, of Tivoli Gardens, Kingston 14, a man known only as Jingo, also of Tivoli Gardens, Kingston 14, Andre Barracks, otherwise called Bobs, of Zimbabwe in Arnett Gardens, Kingston 14, a man known only as Jaggy, also of Zimbabwe in Arnett Gardens, Kingston 14, Carlington Lawrence, otherwise called Dumpling, and a man known only as Slim. All 6 men are being asked to report to the Denham Town Criminal Investigations Branch by 6 p.m. on Wednesday, May 31, 2023. Additionally, anyone with information about the whereabouts of these men is being asked to call the Denham Town CIB at 876-948-6443 or Crime Stop at 311. Woman douses peeping Tom with hot water for a spine-through window. The St. James Parish Court is awaiting a psychiatric evaluation report before proceeding with a case against a woman who poured out water on a man allegedly caught peeping on her at home. Mortier Stoner appeared before presiding parish judge Sasha Mary Smith Ashley on Monday, charged with assault occasioning grievous bodily harm. The injured man is believed to be mentally unstable. The court had previously requested a psychiatric assessment report for the complainant, but the judge now considers the existing report insufficient since it does not address the complainant's mental state. The judge emphasized the importance of obtaining a doctor's report detailing the complainant's mental state at the time of the act in question. Smith Ashley then directed a family member who was in the courtroom to make arrangements for the complainant to visit the doctor again for a re-evaluation. Depending on the report, we'll determine if there is a case, the judge added, before rescheduling the case of July 13 and extending Stoner's bail. According to court records, about 4 p.m. on August 1, 2022, Stoner was laying down on her bed in her underwear when the complainant, who is alleged of a mental condition, was caught peeping on her through the window. Upon seeing the complainant, Stoner allegedly threw hot water on him, causing several bruises and burns. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.